Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Can you hear us?
Yeah. What's happening?
How are you?
How's it going?
I'm so excited. How are you guys?
We're very excited too. We are honored to have you as our first guest.
Woo! Thank you
Let's
so much for having me.
Like we were just saying, Harry, that it's like really crazy for us because like Connor started TikToking last April. I got furloughed from my job last April and literally never made a TikTok in my life. And we were both at home watching Too Hot to Handle, I swear. And like literally, like was truly. I'm a Love Island girl, and then that was my other show. I watched that show with my mom and my sister in one or 2 days. I think we finished it. Like truly was just good entertainment. And I watched it before you got the followers. I watched you rise. Like I was like, no, I liked him first. Like
do you guys want me to leave and I'll let you guys
sorry. Wait, Connor, feel free to talk. You got it.
No, I was just gonna say, Harry, obviously big fan, love Too Hot to Handle. You got me to start working out for like a week and then I stopped after I stopped watching. Stopped working out, but I appreciate that 1 week of drive that you gave me.
Thank you so much.
I'm very excited to have you. I obviously can't figure out what to do with the headphones.
Yeah, I was about to ask you. Yeah, what's going on there?
I asked him already. Like, I don't know.
Let's see. It's just not even plugged in. I don't know where it's supposed to go.
He thought it was like cute.
I like the aesthetic. I'm a very big fan of that.
I'm actually I have a DJ set right after this, so
yeah.
That's what I'm just getting ready to head out.
Yeah.
But Harry, you started you used to model back in the day, am I right?
No, no one wanted me. No, I swear to God, I was too tall.
I get that. I started modeling as a curve model this year and haven't been wanted. Now with my following, it's happening a little, but I thought, well, whatever. Let's just call you were a model. Then you're a reality star. Now you're a TikToker. Now you have your own podcast. Like what don't you do, Harry?
I haven't done porn just yet.
That's soon though. Soon.
Yeah, soon come like when things start to slow down because the second season of Too Hot to Handle just come out. So I might have to do something crazy soon. I don't know. Like I try to do as much as possible. Like I found that podcasting has been the most rewarding thing that I've done. Like
really,
I love doing TikToks. I love engaging with people online, but having a podcast is just so much different. Like especially the conversation that it opens up in public. Like I love meeting new people and I love talking to people. And I found that having a podcast has helped people like kind of not feel awkward when they come up to me. And we have a conversation about the crazy shit, and it's like so crazy to see. Like I was with Addison Rae's dad just before, and he was telling me that someone at Forbes was like, "Yeah, we love Harry's podcast. Wow,
that's
this is
awesome.
Crazy. Get on it." I was like, "Damn, this is just the crazy shit."
People are seeing another side of you. It's like when you were even on. When I listened to you on Call Her Daddy, again, I knew who you were, but I think a lot of people just knew you maybe from the show or just from a few of your TikTok videos. I think when you talk and show your personality, you're seeing a different side of someone and they're like, oh, he's a really cool guy. Like, we love him.
Yeah, I found that like with these reality shows, you only get to see like 10% of your personality, and it's like the horniest, craziest side that they want to show because they want to get the people engaged and they want to keep the viewers coming. So I found that again, like being able to sit down and people realize that I'm not like an immature piece of shit. Some of the time, then I'm good.
How old are you?
I'm 24.
24. Okay, Connor, are you 24?
I am.
Oh, look at us.
Wow, I feel older and wiser. I'm 26.
What? Oh, jeez.
Yeah. Harry, we have some mutual friends. Well, I'm friends with Tana.
Oh, okay.
And also I'm friends with Francesca. I know you guys aren't close. We don't have to get into that.
You are?
Yes,
oh, damn. Awesome.
But that's not what this is about. This is about you. I'm just letting you know. Okay, but no, this is about you. We're excited again that you're our first guest. I can't not say that you guys were obviously my favorite two people when I did watch the show. But the past is in the past and we're moving on. So so where should we take it from here, Connor? You
know, I mean, we could go any direction.
I think that we should go back to your first TikTok that you posted.
I think so too. That's what I was. Remi, we are on the same wavelength here.
We are. Margot, can you pull up Harry's first TikTok?
What is it?
We'll see. It was about. I think it was actually about your height or something, right? Was that the one, or am I wrong?
It is.
And And that was in September 2019. Oh.
Ooh.
You do look a little different.
Good morning, everyone. Just a quick reminder of how much it sucks being this tall.
I'm dead. Well, I need to know what your thoughts were like when you posted that. Was that before or after the show aired?
That was probably like a couple years ago, because I downloaded TikTok like years ago.
Okay.
And I was just like putting up Snapchat stories and like funny things that I thought were hilarious, like just me being weird with my friends. Like so we actually downloaded TikTok on a bender. Like we were fucked up. It was 4 a.m. And it was like years ago. And me and all my boys are just like laughing at these kids doing like silly things. Who would have thought I was gonna become one of those kids? And we were like, pretending to do like just the dumbest TikToks. And then I kind of just like forgot about TikTok and I time for it. I don't know too much about it. And then the show come out and I went through and deleted absolutely every old TikTok. And I need to double down on this because it's just such a great platform. Like it's so good. Get big, like people get famous overnight on there. So
I think you had similar to like my rise. I mean, I have 1.7 million on TikTok, but that all started for me literally pretty much overnight too. And I feel like that was like me watching your followers rise, mostly on Instagram at first, I feel like it was. But like, what does it feel for you? I mean, you're past that now, that like quick rise, and now people know who you are. But like, what did that feel like for you? Because for me, it hasn't even clicked in my mind yet. For me, this was just this past September, but everyone's like, do you even realize? I'm like, I don't know. Like, I feel like I don't even know how this happened.
Yeah, I think like it's just so weird because it's just a number on a screen.
Yeah.
Like that's how I look at it. I'm like, okay, cool. Like there's a higher number than some other people. And there's a lower number than other people.
Yeah.
But the only time it's ever like really hit in is when I was at the YouTubers versus TikToker fight. And I couldn't go anywhere. Like I was getting like people grabbing at me, like trying to take my shit. I was like worried. I'm like, whoa, like how do you guys know me? Like, what are you doing? Like, how do you know? I don't know your name. Like, who are you? And all these people are coming up like wanting photos and shit. And I was like, damn, like there's actually people there that like, I think that was the only moment where it kind of clicked a little bit. Yeah. But then again, I think it's also because we've all been in like quarantine and like lockdown. So it's
that's how I feel. Yeah.
Can't really go outside and like meet people and then feel their energy and go from there. So I haven't really done any meet and greets or anything like that. But having that rise like overnight was the weirdest thing. Like the day I hit 1 million followers, it was the day I hit 2 million followers. Like I woke up and there was 1 million followers on my Instagram. And then that night
that was crazy.
2 million. And I was like, damn.
When was that?
This is peak show, like peak quarantine.
Peak show, yeah.
When everything was like gone on. It was like the second week into the show being up, and then everyone was like going crazy for it. And I was like, wow, this is wow. It stressed me out to the point where my blood pressure come up. I went red. I had to put my phone down for like a day or two because I couldn't. Because it's just how I explain it is like you're just watching your entire life change right in front of you on a screen, and you're just like, what the fuck?
Exponential, right?
Yeah. Nothing's ever going to be the same.
So yeah, we could. Like we all talk about this all the time. I got a DM the other day. It said, "You're my favorite G-list celebrity," and I said, "G is great. That's not that far down the alphabet. That's like letter 10 or something. I'll take 10. Like that's great. That's fantastic." So I think what we're seeing now, and that kind of what you're saying, is that like these are the new celebrities. It's like TikTok. Like you were on reality TV, like Netflix, and I watched every episode in a day with Remi and the rest of the world, and you were famous overnight. But then TikTok happens, and then it's like global. It's like TikTok is where it actually like exploded versus like you were already on TV. It's almost like you reverse engineered the whole thing.
Do you want to consider yourself a TikToker? Do you consider yourself a reality star? Like, what do you want going forward from here to be like known as?
I don't know. I feel like I'm a little bit of a chameleon. Like, I don't know, because who knows where I sit. I could be an Instagram model.
Yeah.
Am I an adult entertainer? I don't know. Like I'm an entrepreneur. Like I have so many things. And I think that's something that people usually overlook is like the fact that, okay, cool, TikTokers or like internet stars, they actually do so much shit. Like there's just not one thing that they don't stop at. Like they open businesses, they're selling merch, they're trying to do meet and greets, they're like hustling, they're like figuring their shit out. So I don't know. I love it when people come up to me and they say, "Oh, you're Harry from TikTok." Because for me, that's been
Yeah.
my biggest problem, or like my biggest like goal is to go from like Harry from TOK to Handle to Harry from something else. Like, because
Yeah.
Right.
at that point, like I know that people are noticing me for other things, and the wheels are still moving instead of being like, "Oh, you're that one guy from that show, Love Island," or whatever. It's like, no.
Yeah.
So
Well,
like
I think that you did a smart thing by like you took your opportunity right when you were
Right.
growing, and you're like, what can I do with this? Where maybe some people from the show didn't, or
yeah.
and like I think that you did it successfully. Like you found people, you met people through TikTok. Like, who are some people that you, other than Tana, because I assume you met through TikTok, but like
Yeah.
what are other people that you call like your good friends now that you've met through just growing on social media?
I actually met Tana because she fucked Francesca.
I did know that. I'm sorry.
And then they were trying to get at me, and then I saw her at a party, and I was like, "Hey, like this is awkward, but I'd rather be friends, and I don't want it to be awkward."
Yeah.
And then we became friends with it. But I think like
Remi, we were talking about full circle here. Like,
yeah, come on.
Harry was meant to be here today. This is full circle.
But I think Lil Huddy, he's been one of the most inspiring people that I've met from TikTok, and obviously D'Amelio's and I'm neighbors with Addison. So watching those people like transition from like TikTok stars to like real life celebrities,
Yeah.
and like superstars, like musical artists, like that has been the craziest thing and the most inspiring thing to see. Is like, damn, like there's kids like 18, 19, 16, like just figured this shit out, just made it happen.
Right.
It's
Right.
mind blowing.
The resumes are pretty wild. Like at 19, I was mowing lawns.
Yeah.
And I should have been shaking my ass. Like I really should have been on Musically
You
the
missed
same
out.
time as you. Yeah, I did, but I wasn't 6'5". So
Yeah, well,
I was doing my best.
you probably
but,
have a nice booty though, so
well, I'll see you
Harry.
after the show.
Harry, we have some fan questions for you.
Woo!
Okay, so number 1,
Yep.
if there was a reality show about your life, what would it be called?
An absolute disaster. Or just like
I feel like it would have to have something to do with like the names you call, like
I'd be
one
like,
of your
yeah,
weird words,
like
some.
following the fuckhead. Like I don't know. Like it would just be like it'd have to be something
Life of the naughty possum.
yeah, I would have to be something pretty hectic because I don't know. My life is pretty fucking wild. It's pretty nuts.
What about, what was the last text that you sent to Tana?
That's a good one.
Shit.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, let's see what it is. I was just asking her when dinner was. Yeah,
Okay.
It was. I was like, when
is it?
Oh, she said, okay, so it was her birthday. She goes, "Are you coming to catch before the party or just the party?" And I literally replied with, "I'm a little slut tonight." And then she goes, "Huh?" And I'm like, "Hold on, where's catch?" Sorry,
Oh my God.
my head was somewhere else.
I really
thinking
would
about
love
something.
to just like sit in a room and watch you two interact, to be honest.
I don't know if you would be able to handle it. It's pretty embarrassing.
No, I definitely could.
It's a little too hot to handle, actually. Right? Great questions, and I also want to jump in here. Like we take questions from listeners all the time, so anytime anybody wants to jump on, we have a link for that. Little plug.
Yeah.
Harry, so you're on TikTok, obviously. Do you have what do your drafts look like? Is it? I know you're obviously like you have a very successful OnlyFans. Subscribed this morning. Are any of the drafts like a little risky to put on TikTok? Or are they
ridiculous? Yeah, like they're because you have to think like I post some pretty fucking savage stuff, like some pretty There's actually a lot with Francesca here that I never got to post because we ended up fighting and hating each other.
But you're not deleting; you're keeping those. You want to look at them sometime.
Yeah, it's good to. Like,
well, let's sit on them. We talked about Full Circle 3. This will be the third time about Full Circle this talk.
There's some slutty things, but there's also like videos of each like being funny and like saying ridiculous stuff, and then because I don't know, like my TikToks are. I found that for me, what works the most is when you have text on the screen. And
Really?
Right.
I don't do any text. Interesting.
Well, I think it's because like my niche is like dating and like, the reality TV guy, blah blah blah. So like, if I see funny videos that have text on the screen, and like funny things, I'll just do it. And for me, like every video has just been hitting. So I'm like, okay, like I'm not meant to be like a fuckboy thirst trap type of dude. I'm meant to be like funny, like, oh, this dude's like a serial dater, like fuckboy. So I'm like, I'll play into that because it's working for me. So all my TikToks, all my just like savage, like things that I'm like, oh, I don't know if I should post that or stuff like that. So
when you are posting the ones that are like, it sounds like you're clearly talking about someone, but are you just doing that to kind of get a rise out of people, or are you talking about someone specific, or is it just like a mix of both?
No, okay. So the funniest thing is I have comment blocks on for like literally everything. So like people like comment stuff and I won't see it because I don't want that energy on my post. But I'll post things because I think it's funny. But for some reason, a lot of people think TikTok's like super deep and like super like I'm trying to throw shade at someone when it isn't. It's just like I saw someone else do a funny TikTok. I put my own words on it and I posted it. And for me, I'm like, damn, that's funny. So I personally, like, none of my TikToks have ever been throwing shade at someone or like trying to like come at someone. It's always been like, I saw someone else do it. It was funny. I posted it. And then people like, that's about his ex. I'm like, no, you dickhead. It's just funny.
So TikToks, like there's no sub talks.
No,
it's not a subtweet. It's not a subtweet. It's not a sub talk.
No, I've never heard
it's
that
just
before.
It's just relatable. You're just a relatable king at your core, and we salute you.
I've never done like a TikTok about someone except the other night when I was like wasted, and
that was funny.
That was like psycho of me though. But I put up.
I loved it.
This guy that I like have talked to and hooked up with a few times, like literally like was on the phone with him last week talking to him, and I texted him like, wanna hang tonight, whatever.
Yeah.
And he was like, who is this? And I was like, wait, like I'm sorry, like you know who this is. And it had to be his ex-girlfriend on his phone or something. So I like sent a screenshot of our conversation of him begging to come over the other day. And he was just like, who is this? Haha. So I screenshot it, made a video on my story, and I was like, I'm definitely deleting that. I mean, on TikTok, and I was like, I'm definitely deleting this in the morning. And it went viral. Lizzo commented on it. Like it was a whole thing. And now like the ex-girlfriend was commenting on it. And I was like, all right, what did I just do last night? My dad texted me, was like, Remi, delete that. I'm like, no, it like went viral. To keep it.
We love talking TikTok.
It's just not usually
my
thing, but it was a little fun.
Great segue. So talk. So there's obviously like we get stuck in niche talk. We get stuck in sub, not sub talks. Tell us. Okay, I recently got put on like a really bizarre like self-help TikTok like hole. Harry, what's the weirdest TikTok hole you've ever been in? And I'm gonna rephrase that because that.
I've been in many
TikTok
holes.
I'm sure you've been in some weird holes. But some what is it called? Like car talk, like mental health talk.
I'm addicted to bee talk. I'm so addicted to that because like
bees.
Yeah, bee
Are
talk.
you talking about that lady that goes and gets the beehives and they're crawling all over her arm and she's moving them around?
Yeah. So I grew up with having 2 beehives. So I like love that shit. And then when I saw that on TikTok, I was like, I would just go through and like a whole bunch of bee videos. And every time there's like bee stuff or like pool cleaning stuff, the pool cleaning stuff gets me because I used to do that as well. So I'll be sitting there with bee talk and pool cleaning talk.
I'm dying.
So
Harry, you're a freak, dude.
I love it.
So
I had
excited.
no idea.
Like I was texting this girl and I just keep sending her bee videos and she's like, okay, like funny, like cool. And I'm like, you don't get it? Because we were like, when we were drunk, I was talking about like, oh yeah, I can't wait to go home and like have a little beehive and stuff. And she made the mistake of getting excited about that as well. And I love bees. So I was like,
right.
Damn, like let's fucking go. So I just like sent her a whole bunch of shit. She's like, okay, cool. But you know what? The first ever dildo was from the Egyptians and they put bees inside a tube and they stuck it in and it vibrated.
Wait, why would they put bees?
That's so helpful. Probably because it was like vibrating.
Yeah, because it buzzed.
Oh, wow. I'm learning
Remi,
so
come on.
much
The guys
here.
are teaching you
I
a
know,
thing or
I'm
two
like
about
not well. Okay.
ancient techniques.
Yeah.
Okay, wow.
You know, it's a little. It's it's only 2:20 in LA.
Well, not in New York.
Harry and I are on a different level right now.
Yeah, come on.
In New York, I'm ready to party, so it's 5:22.
Damn.
You know, when did you start your podcast?
My podcast, I started probably like 3 or 4 months ago, probably 2 months ago.
And like, what's something that you've learned from like now doing it or something?
I learned that I'm terrible at following notes, and I hate having notes there and like
Preaching
checking
to the
it.
choir here.
Me trying to do that right now, and I'm just like, okay, I can't look. Like, I don't even know.
Yeah, no, I'm like terrible at it. So I found that like I would rather go and have like some thoughts, some questions that I want for someone, but just not write them down because then I'll get distracted. And
Yeah.
I'd rather
Right.
I'd prefer to like sit and have an engaged conversation. So the listener feels like they're just sitting with a whole bunch of friends and like hanging out and stuff like that. But I don't know, like I always just try and like make it come. Like when I started my podcast, I was like, you know, be like, call a daddy. I'm gonna be like aggressive and come in hot and heavy. But then I realized like it's a little bit creepy when it's a dude. When it's a girl, like you're kind of sweet, but it's like a big, tall,
Right.
like Australian dude. People are just like, oh, this is a bit weird. Like this guy's talking about like sex and stuff like that. So I don't know. Like I found that having like a very chilled, relaxed approach to it, but I also make sure I pump like an energy drink before it, so I'm like focused and locked in.
So Remi, I think we can take a lot of notes from Harry here. I think instead of several drinks, like before we start talking to people, maybe just pump an energy drink.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna stick with my Bev. Like, I don't know. This like has like 11.
I'm actually loving.
This has like 12% alcohol in it, and it like, I don't know. I'm really into
It's
that.
great. Yeah.
Okay. Well, Harry, we want you now to fill in the blank. Okay.
Okay.
I hate it when people
step on my toes.
Does that happen often?
No, I don't know.
It's like a first thought thing.
That was the first thing that came to my head.
Yeah. Okay, that's okay. The biggest red flag in a female is
smoking.
Weed or cigarettes?
Like
cigarettes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love that about you. If this was your last day on Earth, you would
like have sex with everyone.
That's great. That's
like
good.
Everyone.
Everyone.
Yeah.
Like I would leave no hole untouched.
No TikTok hole untouched. Okay.
Last thing I know, I'd have to spread my seed everywhere. I'd be like Genghis Khan. I'd be like going crazy.
I'm gonna save the world today.
Yeah. Just
wait.
Harry Jowsey.
Connor, what would yours be?
I have a panic attack. I genuinely don't think I would be able to have a panic
attack.
That's
the worst way to spend your last day.
I don't choose.
I'd actually probably
I know it would happen.
I'd probably jump out of a plane without a parachute just to like fuck it. Like I'm gonna control this.
You know, I was gonna say that, but I didn't want to be too dark.
Yeah.
I think my panic attack wouldn't be from so sorry. I need to go on a branch here to make sure people know that I'm still really fun. I wouldn't have a panic attack because I'm like, oh my god, we're all gonna die. I'd be like, holy shit, like who do I text? Like who should I hang out with? Like what's the plan tonight?
Yeah.
Like, oh, we have to go to this bar and then we have dinner at 9 p.m. I'm like, oh no, like there's too much to do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like you'd say you leave never hole untouched, you'd be overwhelmed, Harry. Like there's a lot of holes.
I'm sure you could do it.
I'll be busy.
What's one thing that you've never shared publicly?
A photo of my butthole.
Oh, okay. That's a good answer. I feel like you had that answer prepared or something.
Really quick answer.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know where these come from, guys. I'm sorry.
Wait, don't be sorry.
I like it. I would love to segue possibly because I've been wanting to talk about this the whole time.
Go.
If we get into the pet name thing, I know we touched on it, Naughty Possums. Like your line is incredible, by the way. I love it. Like the pet name thing. You talk about it on every podcast you go on, basically. Like I've heard you talk about it several times. You're brilliant. Your mind works so fast with the pet names. So when you name a pet, is it like do you name pets like Paul and Phil and Steve?
Nah.
Is it still like little spicy tamale?
No. So my last dog was called Helmet.
Yeah. Okay. That tracks.
That was because one of my exes was just like, oh, she was making like a very insensitive joke about. She's like, oh, you're so slow. You should be wearing a helmet. And I was like, haha.
Oh.
I'll get a helmet. And then I got a dog and I named it Helmet, and it was like kind of a hit back at her. But I also like we have cows. There's Marmalade and Vegemite. There's dogs. Boris. Bruce was the only normal name we had. And Muffy. I don't know. We just like I grew up. With
I think my my whole like theory here was correct. Like those are all like mostly objects besides brews.
Yeah, look,
Marmalade.
it's just
I
like,
love
look,
it. I'm like fully on board. This is
we
amazing.
have to be fun because my parents, like I grew up with, like they would just naming the dogs and animals just wild shit, and I was like, you know what? That's fun. I hate like going to meet a dog and it's like, oh, this is Spencer or Steve. I'm like,
Spencer.
bro, that's a beast. Like you should be calling that Sniper, something that has a punch to it.
Yeah. Oh man, I just named my dog Beefy.
There
and
you
now
go.
I regret it.
No,
he's a puppy. We could change his name on the show. It doesn't matter.
I like Beefy. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. Okay. Beefcake. That's what I'm gonna call him.
So, you said that you mentioned your parents. Do you go back to Australia? Like, is that where your family is?
Yeah, I haven't seen them in 2 years.
Oh my God.
Because obviously quarantine stuff.
I know.
Australia's super strict, so I haven't seen them whatsoever.
They're back in lockdown, right?
Yeah, they have like 5 people with cases, and my best friend lives there, and she's like, yeah, like I literally am like staying home from work. Like it's crazy.
It's ridiculous. It's so
and
sad.
when she went back too, they like, they make you stay. I doubt you want to stay in a hotel room for 2 weeks.
I can't.
Right.
I'll lose my mind.
You'll lose
crazy.
your mind.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully when this is all over, you could do that. And when did you move to LA?
I moved here like 2 years ago. Yeah, so just at the start of quarantine. So it was kind of sucked because I haven't seen my mum or the animals or anything like that in 2 years. So I hope the dogs don't think I'm dead. That would suck.
I know. I hope they remember you.
Yeah, they will.
So do you have any like something coming up or something that you're like super excited about that you're like working on, or you kind of just like taking it like whatever comes to you, like just taking it day by day?
I've been really motivated since I saw the type of work that Alex Cooper did with Call of Daddy. I saw that and I was like, damn, like I didn't realize how big this industry was. And I've kind of just been having fun. Like I just go and talk, sit down and have a good time. And then I don't know, like also the second season of Talk to Handle coming out is also just gave me another like big boost of motivation because I just get really inspired by seeing other people win and seeing other people like take off and like do things. So I don't know. I've just been in a very like positive, like business orientated and like brand orientated mindset recently. So I've just been sitting down and like reevaluating my goals, manifesting, saying it every single day, and just trying to push forward in that sense. Because I don't really, I hate sitting still. Like I really hate it. Like I always had a rule that I'll never live in one place for more than 2 years, and obviously quarantine's kind of cooked me. But yeah, I just love moving. I love keeping the wheels moving and the motion. So yeah, I don't know. I'm working on a couple of TV shows, stuff like that at the moment. I really love entertaining, like no matter what it is.
Yeah.
Like, for me, making people laugh and making people happy is always been my biggest goal.
I was just gonna say, are you planning on doing reality again? Is it are you going to stay in that realm?
Yeah, I do really enjoy it. Like it is one of my favorite things to do. But I am kind of just trying to get more into like playful hosting and stuff like that. But I think reality is definitely where I see myself staying.
Yeah. Going back to like Too Hot to Handle, did you like, is that something like that kind of show that you would like do again? Or like, what was your like actual experience like? Because it's like, I feel like everyone talks to you about the after, but like when you were on that, like did you have a following at all before that? I feel like you did a few things.
Yeah, I had about 100,000 followers.
Okay.
On Instagram, and I wasn't really big on TikTok, but it was the most fun experience. Like I lived for those high pressure situations, like especially when everyone's competing and this person's talking shit, that person's doing this.
You're like, I'm just gonna ruin the whole show and just do what you're not supposed
to
do.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like I'm there to have a good time and not really give a fuck about what anyone else thinks and just enjoy it. And for me, like it was such a good experience. I had so much fun.
Oh, good. Have you stayed? Have you stayed close with people from the show?
Like yes and no. Like it's very difficult because it's like everyone's big personalities and like doing different things.
Mm-hmm.
I spoke to David yesterday. I speak to Chloe, Nicole, all the time, but everyone's just very busy now. Like we had a lot of time for each other before, but everyone's got careers and like audiences and brands they have to like focus on. So it's a little bit hard to check in, but I've started to like put a little bit more time into my friends because I realized I've been kind of like pulled away from it a little bit. I've been so business focused and like trying to get ahead.
I feel that.
So yeah, so it's like I need to take a moment and like make sure that that I check in with my friends every now and then.
Are you still close with people from, like, I feel like you've met a lot of people throughout this process. Like, are you still friends with a lot of people before like the fame and stuff from home or?
Yeah, I have. So I have my two best friends, Christian and Jacob. They're both out here at the moment. Like when I was filming the show, before any of this stuff, like those are my ride or die guys beside me the whole time. They never left me, never judged me. Like we've always been like legit like that. So that obviously the show happened and then all this other stuff happened and I still haven't changed. And I think that's been the most rewarding thing is because I do get very worried about this stuff. I'm like, damn, like, you know, I'm in the city, like I'm surrounded by, you know, A-list celebrities and meeting amazing people. I'm like, I just hope I stay true to myself. And they're just like, no, you're being fine. Like you're being yourself. And I think that's been one of the best things about this whole experience is the fact that no matter the noise, I get to keep my little small town country boy head on me. So it's good.
I think if you have friends and family like there to kind of keep you in check or make sure, and if that's your idea in the first place, you're like, I want to stay grounded, you're going to.
Yeah.
Like you're
right. I was going to say, like, even when, and Remi, you can speak to this as well. Harry, I know you just spoke on it, but there's nothing like friends that when you're posting on TikTok, especially anything cringy, to keep you in check.
Yeah.
They make sure to comment. They make sure to let you know that, like, maybe just
Maybe
stop.
Maybe just
we have to hang out with you. We have to hang out with you after this. So, like,
I do think the cool part about, though, like, TikTok and everything, like, I think one of the coolest parts is meeting people from it because, like, that's how I met Connor. I've met so many friends just from being on TikTok and then meeting them in person, and then you feel like you know them already. So I think it's like awesome to have, obviously, keep your friends prior, but like having people that like get what you're doing and do the same things, like really cool too. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, it's awesome.
And also, you know, you get to fight people if you want to box. Do you think you would ever step into the TikTok YouTube boxing ring?
I was meant to. But my opponents never sign their contracts. But we're working on a couple of things at the moment. But I also realize that it's not really my legacy. Like I don't really care too much about it. Like I'm not trying to transition from a TikToker to a boxer. Like that's not where I see myself going. Like I respect the Pauls because they're very clear with their legacy and their transition. They're going to become like the highest paid fighters in the world. Like that's just where they're going. And like nothing, they've achieved everything they've already set out to do. So I can already see them doing that. So I kind of watch that and I'm like, what's my legacy? Like I wanted to fight. Like I wanted to get in the ring, make money, have a good time, like beat someone up. Then I realized like, will I be like fulfilled from doing it? No, because I don't want to hurt people. I don't want to make someone look like an idiot, and I don't want to make someone depressed or like sad, or I don't want to be depressed or sad either if I lose. So I'm like, okay, well, what's the legacy? Where do I want to go? Who do I want to be? Of course, like if the opportunity arises, then I'll be down to do it. But I just personally think that it's just not a top priority.
Harry, you are genuinely such a good guy. If there's one thing that we can all take away from today, it's that Harry Jowsey is just a good person.
Remi, don't say that to Francesca. She'll rip your ears off.
I'm not saying anything.
I said it.
I've been really good and quiet this whole time. Like I like being friends with a lot of different people. I'm staying in the middle. You know, I'm friends with Tana and I'm friends with Francesca.
Nice. There you go. Yeah. Don't say that to Francesca either. She'll rip your ears off.
She knows. She knows. She knows. And she knew you were coming on today too, so it's all okay.
Bless.
But Harry, no, seriously, we really, like, you were on our top people. We're like, we want Harry, and I really just think that you have an awesome personality. Like, you know clearly what you want. And it's crazy that like you said, it's like the numbers are there, but like you're a normal person, like you like are a normal guy, and like I think everyone sees that about you. And I think specifically on TikTok or anything, it's like the best part is like being able to like see through people's personalities. That's why I love TikTok specifically. I think more than Instagram, it's like, yeah, you could post a hot picture, but like no one knows who you are usually if you just have an Instagram. I think that's why you growing on TikTok, and I consider you also, you know, a TikToker too, I think is just awesome because we could see like your funny side and all the different sides of you too. So I think you're great, and I really appreciate you for coming on and dealing with us not knowing what the hell we're doing right now, but thank you so much.
No, you guys are amazing. Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Of course. Thanks for coming,
Harry.
buddy.
I appreciate it. Have a good one, guys.
You too.
Later, everybody.